Oh, shoot. Tones made it 2 seconds before we started. Awesome.
Oh, hell yeah.
What's up? What's up?
Tones, I just got to say, Tones, I got to say, like your video earlier that you put out was, what's the word for it? Fucking magic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to top that. I mean, the funny thing is, KFARR is the next person whose studio I'm going to be appearing in. It's like I don't know what I'm going to do. How do I make this better? I may have to go out and do a sidewalk audit.
Do it. Just do a random sidewalk.
Yeah. Well, I still got to cover some idiot, sovereign citizen or arrest video.
You know what you should do? You know, you should walk around with your camera up and be like, I think that's Jason Gutterman. Oh, is it Jason Gutterman? M against the press? Is it him? No, it's not him. Sorry.
And then you just pepper spray an old lady.
Oh God!
Bang.
Well, I've got time to think about it.
Can anyone confirm Jason Gutterman's name is actually Jason Gutterman? Yeah, I believe that's confirmed, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was on his own, two of his own social media accounts, and pretty much a bunch of news articles with his name on it. That was the magic of that video. I mean, I'll be joining Hezekiah tomorrow, and I'll probably be saying this again, but what I wanted to do with this video was I wanted to make it so that it was a video that he could never strike, because literally everything you see came from a publicly accessible website, and half of it was stuff he himself wrote and made public.
Well, I mean, he's going to try to do it anyway. You know, him or was it the Watchman, his damn son, stepson?
I hate him. I hate him.
Yeah.
If you noticed my channel, I go out of my way to not cover them. I think I've done one on each of them. It's because I hate them.
Oh yeah, he's disgusting. I mean, I figured, you know what, if I'm never going to talk about him again, and I figured if I have to mention him, my outrage for him striking frauder trolls videos for a privacy strike, I'm thinking I'm just gonna have fun with it. It's like, oh, you don't like people saying your name? Okay, it's like.
Well, I talked to some friends of mine who are leprechauns the other day. Even they don't want him back. They're like, no, we don't want him. Don't bring him over.
So we have a new guy today, and from talking to him, it seems like he's more of I'm focusing on broken system, broken trust today because he had court, and he happened to do a live stream while I was I don't know. You guys watched the second video today where I did a video on Josh where he was in a parking lot at like 11 o'clock at night, angry that an officer gave somebody a warning, which was weird. But yeah, so I was kind of just finishing the night at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I go through, the who's who of auditing, Glenn Serio, Josh, Lucky Laptop News, JC News Now, those type people. And I noticed, dang, Josh just did a video like a few hours ago. I'll cover that. And I know he had court today. So I'm like, I'll just jam 2 videos of Josh in on one day. Well, turns out I'm going to do 3 because, well, it's not even on Josh necessarily. It's on his new friend named Bad Apple Media. I'm going to bring this up. He only has 3 live streams. And the only reason I wanted to bring it up is because Josh's dumbass look in that middle of the live stream.
Oh, jeez.
All of this.
It does the dumbass look all the time.
I was going to say, now I know where they put all those Boeing planes they grounded. You could park them all right in there.
Yeah, so one live stream is from a day ago. One's from 12 hours ago, one's from 8 hours ago. So we're going to look at the 12 hours and the 8-hour video. I don't know how much of the 8-hour ago video we're going to watch because I can only get through a small bit of it after I got name dropped like 3 seconds in. But the first one is from before court and the second one is from after court. And they make some very outlandish claims about what actually happened. We all watched the in-court thing. I just want the jury trial to happen already because the jury's going to hate him. The jury's going to hate him. Especially,
everybody hates him.
I'm thinking there's going to be some contempt charges simply because I thought there was going to be some today.
I wish there was some today.
It's such a change of pace from. I'm not saying anything bad about Judge Slavin. The guy's a saint.
Yeah,
but his patience. Judge Slavin is almost too good of a human. His patience is just never ending.
To be fair, there is a reason for that. If you don't mind me going on a little bit of a tangent here, but the reason judges have to be so patient is that if they just put the hammer down at the first sign of anything, then it just leaves a whole bunch of room for appeals. And like if the judge showed being remarkably patient, that's why I say like the judge in Daryl Brooks' trial, he showed so much patience that when it was time to leave the courtroom or hold him in contempt, you couldn't argue that, oh, she had it out for me. It's like, dude, she gave you every chance in the world to
It's
not be a
funny.
dick.
It's funny that you brought that case up, because when she brought up decorum, that's the first thing my brain
Yeah.
jumped to was Daryl Brooks. And I'm just like, oh God, this is great. A sovereign citizen versus sovereign citizen. Like, it's
I
perfect.
wonder what's going to happen the first time they go to like a jury trial, that Josh is out there doing his thing, and he looks over at the jury, and one of them like looks at him in disgust, and he says, "What, you mad? Or it looks like you're mad." To a fucking jury.
Oh God, I just realized he has to pick. Since he's representing himself, he has to go
Yeah.
through the jury selection process.
I don't even think he knows that's a thing.
Yeah.
Well, so I actually have some questions. I know that this guy's probably not going to answer them, this bad apple media. He said something along the lines of he's now instructing Josh what to do.
Wow.
Like, attorney wise.
Isn't
And
that
I asked him, I'm
impersonating
like,
an
are you
attorney?
now his legal counsel? Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Because like he's like, oh, he's not doing it correctly. I'm having him file a motion to dismiss, and I'm just like, for what? To get it laughed out of
I was
court?
gonna say,
Like,
isn't he borderline going to do what got Chili into trouble, which was if he helps prepare his legal documents? It's like, no, that's you're basically acting as a lawyer.
Yes.
yeah, it's like it's very frustrating. Then I don't know if you know what. You guys talk amongst yourself real quick. I will send it to myself.
Okay.
Because I screenshot it just because Law Talk with Mike did a video on this exact case shortly after I did, I believe. I tried to live stream it. It was the worst live stream ever because it was like a 7-minute hearing. So I just scrapped it, took down the live stream, and then remade it as a video. But I did it like 10 minutes after it ended because Tones, you always say I can just like knock these things out real quick. Mike did it later. I don't know what Mike said about this guy, but apparently this guy has a problem with Mike now. So he said some very choice things that, I screenshot specifically to send to Mike at a later
Yeah,
date.
the way I see it, when
Tones,
Soft and Scope
I think
against
you saw
I
it.
saw it. When Soft and Scope against real lawyers, like it's always a treat because it's like they just get demolished.
Well, it's like a flat earther going up against an actual, astrophysicist, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
like their brain shuts. You didn't think their brain could shut off even more than it already was.
well, I mean, Neil deGrasse Tyson said it best. He goes, if you go into a debate with a flat earther and you think the Earth is round, you've already won the debate, right?
Exactly. By the way, if I may say really quick, based on the video that we're about to watch, so apparently, Broken Sister Broken Trust got an upgrade on who drives him around, although it looks like he got him secondhand.
I see what you did.
Yeah, I had to get one in there.
So yeah, this is the oh God, of course it did that.
You know what he told me the other day? He goes, "What's it like being a vet that hates the Constitution?" I'm like, well, I don't know. What's it like getting kicked out of the Marine Corps for meth? Oh, I'll tell you.
There we go. I had to unzoom, 200 times here. But yeah, he commented, a guy, wait till I go visit Law Talk with Mike in Chicago. That's going to be something to watch. This man, I believe, lives in Michigan because he drove Josh to court today.
Yeah.
I have to talk to my 3-year-old here in a second. But yeah, so he would have to go out of his way to catch Mike slipping in Chicago.
Yeah.
Now, again, I don't know what he said. The chat, you're probably going to be able to fill me in a lot better than me just winging it of what Mike said. But Mike's an actual lawyer. So I'm assuming whatever he said was right on the money.
Oh, damn it. Now I got to go watch it.
God.
Well, I was going to say,
Yeah.
Kiefer, so you only watched so much of the video with Bad Apple and John.
Yeah, I think you watched more.
I watched I suffered through the entire thing, and let me just say this because I don't want to spoil him too much, but I wouldn't put too much stock in what Bad Apple said they're going to do to Mike because, well, if they had made good on any of the things they said they were going to do after they finished filming that video, you'd already be talking about it.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Have I seen the Civic Duty situation? Boy, have I.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh
just
God.
Mr. Diddy's in here talking about, oh, all cops are bad. All cops are bad. Meh. And it's like, well, the longer we play this game, it seems like all frauditors are bad. And some are really fucking bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
I mean, it's weird. Like, what's the old saying where it's like, if it's one, it's an anomaly. Two, it's a statistic. Well, it's like, well, we had Earl David Warden. That was the anomaly. Now there's Earl David Warden and Civic Duty. So
Civic
yeah,
Duty,
now it's a
yeah.
statistic.
Well, I mean, here's the gig, right?
ew, Mr.
Man
Diddy.
calls you a horse, you tell him to F off, right? The second man calls you a horse, you punch him in the face. Third man calls you a horse, you should probably go buy a saddle.
Yeah. Oh no, that's a case I wanted to make about Amagansett Press. Is that you ever notice he's traveled all over the country, from coast to coast, and everywhere he goes, people act the same way towards him. And I'm thinking, well, okay, what does that mean? Because I mean, obviously we know what it means, but it's like he has to understand that it doesn't matter if it's a red state, blue state, poor neighborhood, rich neighborhood, man, woman, old person, young person, doesn't matter. If they all act the same way and he's the only constant factor, then maybe perhaps he's the one who's got the problem.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's if he just kept it in his neighborhood, like Josh. Josh only goes to the same handful of cities, pisses him off every time. Every time anyone in those cities sees him, they're just like, oh, this guy. Then sure, okay, maybe blame them, maybe, oh, they're all just out to get me, blah, blah, blah. If you go to a place where they have no freaking clue who you are and they act the same way, that should probably tell you something.
Oh,
It's the same
Erica,
old
by the
ad-
way, yes, I'm not in the chat on where the stream is being viewed, so that's probably why you can't tag me.
Yeah, me too. It's the same thing with this other analogy aspect where it says if you go through the day and meet one asshole, that person's an asshole. If you go through the day and everyone's an asshole, you're the asshole.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh God, what did I miss? Let me this is the one thing I enjoy Restream more than anything in the world. With that being said, it doesn't tell me jack shit in terms of memberships or anything. So let me have you seen the USAF new advanced aircraft? Oh. Disregard. Oh boy. Where is it? I got to go to the live stream and then actually check here. I believe that's the real Josh, correct?
I
think
just tried
showed
to
up.
find
Oh,
out.
dear Lord.
But
So we got Creighton Rabs. I escorted U of M's band at the title game in Houston. Well, that's sick. And then Erica gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, Erica.
Oh wow,
hey, Erica.
So now I got to bring my phone up.
it's awesome, Erica.
All right. Let's do that. Let's play this. And again, this is 3 minutes. I don't know how much of this we're going to watch, but here we are.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the Taylor Tucky Courthouse, where it's almost like Taylor Prison, Taylor Correctional Facility.
Yeah, marks customers through here pretty quick too.
I had three of the biggest goons, pretty much rough gonna feel me up, trying to get a cop me a feel or something, but
Oh, I got a field. I got like $5 worth of field.
direct everybody over to me. Go on your community page and say, hey, bad idea.
Yeah, you gotta follow back on me, yeah. I'm live right now.
So I'm just going to break in right now. I think this is the only reason this guy is even trying to connect himself to Josh. It's what am I looking for? What is like the three types of relationships? Like one is where there's like a parasite is one type of relationship. I think they're using each other where Josh is using this guy for a ride. And this guy's like, oh, I have a small channel.
Yep.
This guy has a lot of subscribers. I'm going to try to connect myself to him and get him to pitch my channel.
Yep.
When in reality, I think one of my videos has more views than every single video on this,
Yeah.
on his page and Josh's page regarding this event put together.
Oh.
So it's like maybe you're calling at the wrong tree.
Paul got it. It's a symbiotic. Now,
Yeah.
personally, I just call it I just
Richard.
call it a circle jerk.
It really is. It really is. No, I'm not gonna say
So
it.
yes, if you guys do realize, he is wearing his same Detroit Lions blue T-shirt that he wears for every single court case. Me and Guadalupe Guacamole realized this in the live stream. In this video, we actually commented that he was wearing this shirt.
It's the only shirt he owns.
At least he got some consistency.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt
right?
it. Yeah.
I mean, at least he ditched the blue
I
Santa
just-
hat.
I didn't know you were.
But Bad Apple Media.
I hated
you
it.
can check-
Yeah, the Weebler
check
elf.
us out.
See, there you go.
We are in court. We live stream from the court. Oh my goodness, that's a violation of 8.115. What am I going to do? Oh no, they have to have the Supreme Court hold me in contempt. Oh my goodness, how is that going to happen? See, it's not enforceable, people. So, anyways, that's it.
You need updates?
Updates?
Tell them to come over here.
Yeah, if you guys want updates, there you go.
Bad Apple Media.
Bad Apple Media. There you go.
The channel everybody loves to hate.
Yeah, the channel everybody loves to hate. We got people in the house.
Well,
No one's
everybody
ever
hates
heard
me.
of you,
The
bro.
First Amendment auditors, the frauditors, the frauditor channel. So
I
Yeah, until someone went out of their way to tell me who this guy is.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was.
Like he
either.
only has 3 videos. He's got 3 live streams on his channel, and they all took place in the last 24 hours or 24 hours ish. So it's like, what are you talking about? No one even knows who you are.
Yeah, this guy
Like,
is definitely
like-
using Josh, and I cannot feel the least bit of sympathy over that. It's like, yeah, he's just exploiting you, man. he's trying to he's trying to get attention.
What was the Avengers quote? What was the Avengers quote when Scarlet Witch comes up to Thanos like, "You ruined my life," and he's like, "I don't even know who you
Yeah.
are."
Yep.
Yeah,
Like, that's
yeah,
how I
you
feel
took
like, I
everything
know
from
this
me. I don't
person
even
is.
know who you are.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just, but the funny thing is, he says, "Oh, we're streaming inside the court." It's like, first of all, court's not in session, and I don't even think they're in the courtroom. If they are, I don't know. But yeah, he's talking about this like he's in the middle of doing it. It's like, no, the judge is not there, and
And yeah,
Yeah.
you notice how they turned it off, and there's not a video of them recording during court.
Exactly.
Oh, I wonder why.
It's like you sparked up a live stream while no one was there, and then immediately when they came in, you're like, "Oh shit, got to turn it off," and then jammed it in your pocket.
exactly.
Oh god, is he still in chat? That'd be impressive.
Is that the real BSBT? I don't know.
Yeah.
I couldn't verify.
Yeah. I think they're both
Somebody
here.
call them and tell them that I just live streamed from the court. But the only thing is I can't capture anybody's identity. So I'm gonna shut this live stream down so I don't capture anybody's identity and I don't violate 8.115.
Oh, you don't care about
can't go in there
that.
'cause
Don't
there's
lie,
COVID.
bro.
Yeah. Oh, and look at this. We can't go in due to COVID. So they're gonna put a jury of folks together in these dangerous conditions when nobody's been hurt to this point. But we got a cop that's a victim. So we got dangerous victims, myself, a judge, a prosecutor.
God.
We got to endanger all those folks because nobody got hurt down here in Taylor.
Broken system, broken trust.
All right. What
Jury trial, pre-party.
Yeah. Oh, bad
The
apple
pre-party.
media. If Mod could put the channel, a link to the channel in the description. I'm shutting this thing. I don't need to give them any more reasons. They can find me in contempt or do whatever they want to do. So, all right, guys, I'm on it.
For once, I think
That's
you
one of the
can
smartest things I've ever heard Josh say.
agree. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah, it's
say.
one of the like,
And, it,
Josh made a good call. Like, oh
and it's
shit.
hard when you get punched in the face by meth. So, yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I also noticed.
also,
oh,
I
sorry.
just-
go ahead.
Oh no. Apparently, Mr. Diddy, the butthole destroyer, who is another frauditor or sovereign citizen or Section 8 king that lives in Michigan. He says KFARR looks like a koala bear with the downs. He has a few videos of him fighting random people on his page. It seems like he partakes in the same chemical courage Josh got kicked out of the Marines for. So, like, God, calm down, bud.
Well, first things first. With a name like that, Mr. Diddy, the butthole destroyer, I'm pretty sure he's overcompensating. That it was probably, if he ever went to prison, it was his butthole got destroyed. But second, I know we all know Josh loves the magical crystal stuff, but I also notice he keeps touching his nose, and the only time I ever see that happening is people who are clearly snorting some stuff, all the
He
time.
can't
I mean,
afford it, though. I think what you're talking about, he can't afford. You know what I mean?
Well, he was at work rapping to, I believe, Eminem the other day as well. So
jeez.
there's that.
Yeah, who knows?
I think he's still working on decks here. So I don't know if you guys. Oh no, I didn't live stream today. I was meaning to live stream outside today. For some reason, at like 3:00, the heavens opened up and just started snowing. So he's snorting baby formula. Even I think being someone who's recently had to buy baby formula in
It's
the last
expensive.
6 months,
Yeah. It's probably more expensive
it's
than
expensive.
yeah.
I don't say, I don't know the recent prices on Coke, but it might be 1 for 1.
Well, I mean, I'll put it this way: Josh doesn't like Coke; he just likes the way it smells.
Yeah, there you go.
Interesting. All right, let's finish the rest, the 40 seconds of this, and then we'll jump to the real meat and potatoes.
Thanks for that, people. Appreciate it. All right, I'll give you guys an update as soon as we're out here.
See if anybody comes over here. Probably not.
They're all going to be watching.
They'll be like, that's that guy we hate. Why do we want to go over there?
They'll be on the hate watching channels. They'll be. They want to watch. They want to hate watch.
Yeah. People do. That's cool. It's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, as long as we're drawing attention. As long as I'm
You're Mr. Lando?
What's going on?
Actually, that's a true statement right there. As long as he's drawing attention, because that's what they want is attention, and as long as they're drawing attention, everything goes.
Yeah, pretty
Well, I was
much.
going to say, let's see if anybody hops over here. You know what? Let's just, for scientific purposes, we'll go check out Josh's live stream about that and see how many people have watched it until 10 o'clock, tonight. Let's see how many people have watched his video. Tones, you can probably attest to this. My man doesn't get very many live viewers.
Yeah.
And of those live viewers, most of them are us going, 12 hours ago, 203 views. So I'm pretty sure I've already surpassed that in the first 22 minutes of this stream, and I don't have 70,000 subscribers. So I don't think there's probably 8 or 9 people watching. I don't think any of them jumped over to this random guy's page and be like, I gotta keep track of what's going on with Josh. It's not how it happened, especially since it's literally on YouTube from in the courtroom and not outside with some creepy weird dude.
Sure. Oh, and by the way, apparently as of 2021, the street price of cocaine on the street is $184 per gram.
Oh wow!
So I don't know, maybe you can afford it.
Wow.
I need to do a show where I just Google the most random stuff. I mean, if the NSA is monitoring me, they gotta think I'm the weirdest guy in the world.
Oh, if you're on my channel, you're definitely getting monitored by someone.
Yeah.
I made a case. Oh,
Makes
your
the
first
work
live
day,
stream.
guys.
Welcome. Thank you for the 5. What are they? British pounds.
Yep.
Yeah. Great Britain
Yes.
pounds.
All right, let's see here. Yeah, a cop goblin. I almost said something completely different. Yeah, so let's see here. What was I going to say? I'm not going to make the accusation because I could be wrong. I am rarely wrong, but I could be wrong on this. I'm not going to say that he's buying subscribers. But if you have 70,000 subscribers and your live stream from 12 hours ago only has 200 views, that should tell you something. Either A, you're buying subscribers, or B, nobody's showing up to watch your shit. So, like,
What is the rule on YouTube? 9 times out of 10, if you do a live or whatever, you have roughly between 4 to 10% of your subscriber number actually watching, right? And that's how you know
live
that they're
streams are
actual.
just.
Well, that's how you know that they're actual viewers, right?
Yeah.
So if you have 70,000 subs and 200 people have, now I'm talking about people actually in the live chat and then also the views as well. If you only have 200 views after 24 to 48 hours, then 70,000 folk ain't watching.
Yeah.
I mean, or it could just be everyone subscribed because they don't like him and they just want to see what preposterous thing he does next.
So this is the way I've looked at it or made sense of it in my head, because I know a thing or two about YouTube at this point. I've been here for almost 3 years. So YouTube is a weird beast where people will watch and just because YouTube's trying to like hardcore compete with TikTok at this point, they're really pushing shorts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So shorts will get you subscribers, but you guys have probably scrolled through, subscribed to somebody, and then completely forgot they existed. Josh has made some shorts, and I'm pushing the limits of the term made. He has stolen a few shorts, and by a few, I mean a ton. His best video has like 30 million views on a short that he stole 100% from the White Lake Police Department Facebook page. So they're subscribing to watch a cop get a fish out of the road. They subscribe and either forget about him or go to his channel and go, oh shit, this dude's a loser. I'm never fucking coming back here. So it's like, God, dude, Josh is trying to play victim in the chat, everybody. That's still hilarious to me that he thinks he's being parentally alienated when
Well, I wouldn't say he's playing. I mean, playing's for children. He's more of a professional victim.
Yeah, oh yeah, at this point, yeah. It's his whole Facebook page is parental alienation this, I'm a victim that. And it's like, Josh, take a step back. Like, you know, when again, for some reason I've got Marvel movies on the brain. When the Sorcerer Supreme like punches them and like their soul like leaves their body and they're like looking down at their body. Josh needs that to happen to him. So he can be like, oh shit, this is what I look like from the outside looking in. Because it's 1000% brought on by Josh. And then he wants to blame society as a whole for being mean to him. And it's like, you're being a moron. All right, Navy Techs. Ben Real. Bye.
Oh, all right. See you, Navy Techs. I was going to say, as long as we're doing Marvel analogies, yeah, I could just see, Josh going Thanos, they called me a madman. Yeah, they do every day, Josh. They do every day.
Oh, God. And there's Josh. I find you, and you find it funny. How sick are you? I don't know how that makes me sick for pointing out the factual information of a situation.
Yeah, Josh, it's kind of hard not to laugh at you when you make yourself look absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, you constantly do wrong and then record yourself doing it and then try to blame other people. And it's like, bro, you literally recorded it.
Yeah.
You
and then there's
the
people
problem.
who with faces like this, you can't help but think,
this is Bad Apple Media, who has basically said he's going to go visit Law Talk with Mike. So I thought he was a frauditor at first. And then he said something, so I tagged him in my video of the court case to be like, hey, this is the information you need to know about the guy you're associating with. And instead of saying, thank you, KFARR, I left his ass at the courtroom as soon as I watched this video. He doubled down on stupidity. Turns out he's more or less a sovereign citizzen. He started out with the no victim, no crime fallacy, which I thought was great. And then he's trying to pretend like he's Josh's like legal counsel. I'm telling him to file a motion to dismiss. Cool. The judge is just going to say, nope, thanks for playing. But yeah, we're going to listen to this for a hot second. Let me nab some of these things I saw. Dave, BSBT, just give up on here. You're a loser. Accurate. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious member. Oh, Dave, member for 13 months. Dear Lord. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious member for 15 months. Josh is a bad dad. They see me trolling. Factual information. His name is Lee. Interesting. Lucy and Darkwolf. Yeah, it's because YouTube hates giving anyone any notifications for my channel.
Yeah, YouTube is, I don't know. They're the only game in town. Because I think they know it, so they feel they're not obliged to be on top of things.
Yeah, there are plenty of platforms out there that are YouTube adjacent that aren't as big as YouTube. Apparently Odyssey is run by lizard people. Thanks Granite Beast for that one.
And Dailymotion uses a hamster wheels because, to buffer their videos.
Yeah, and then speaking of buffering videos, are my videos playing fine to everyone in chat? Because I know the live stream the other night, it was super choppy trying to show videos. So hopefully it's fine for you guys today. I guess I'll actually watch on my phone for a hot second. But yeah, this video is 53 minutes on screen. It's actually 47 minutes. I had to screen record it because I was having a hell of a time trying to download it. So I hit screen record and then walked off and set a timer for 45 minutes and came back. And because I'm me, I didn't hear my alarm go off, and I just meandered down here that much late. Yeah, it was terrible. Okay, yeah, it was terrible the other night. I reset my router, wanted to throw it outside, but I decided against that. So now we're here. All right, let's start this video up.
All right. Let the
Gotta
crazy begin.
support some dead men.
I got nothing against people with different styles of beards, but I can never understand how you could just grow out that one section. Like, I don't know what it is. Oh, you're muted.
I was typing, so I muted myself. As a man with a beard, I've had a beard as long as my channel has existed.
Likewise.
Not once have I ever decided to just do that. I was thinking, man, how would I look with a goatee? And then I'm like, oh, I would look exactly like my father because that's his facial hair of choice. And then I'm like, what about that look? And I'm just like, that's not a good look. Sorry.
Yeah. It's like those things you see in the I don't know, in the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, like the weird little thing sticking out of the chin. It's like, I don't know.
He's got a mummified cat sitting shotgun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, does he use that to, like, to dig up grubs, to feed on, in nature,
He's a warthog.
Yeah.
All right. Pube beard. Yes, the pube beard.
Yeah, it's just I don't know why. It's just how do you look in the mirror every day and think that looks good?
Like, this is what's up.
I mean, to
this
be
looks
fair,
great.
Lanto could look in the mirror every day and not see what's freaking wrong.
Yeah. Well, that's like the after Maverick came out and everybody tried to rock the Top Gun mustache.
Oh, jeez.
Seeing as someone who rocked a terrible mustache while he was in the Navy, that's not a good look. It's not a good look for damn near anyone.
Yeah, see, Alan, ZZ Top. That's who I was thinking of. It's like, what's with the ZZ Top beard?
Yeah, there's certain situations, in ZZ Top's case, where it's socially acceptable to have crazy facial hair. A random sovereign citizen driving another sovereign citizen around as a job for that day, that's not one of them.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going with this.
Cover his turkey. I love it.
Where's that broken system, broken trust?
Yeah, so I told this guy like what Josh's past looked like, and he just didn't care.
I didn't realize
Yeah,
that
he's
there was
definitely trying to.
so much hatred.
He's definitely trying to gain some kind of prominence by leeching off of this the internet drama, because he rips on frauditors just as much as he rips on people who criticize them, and it's the bizarre thing. It's like I told you earlier. It's like, let chaos reign. If this guy wants to stir up trouble in the frauditor community by trash talking them, have at it. I mean, he's still, the way he talks and acts is still very much a arrogant prick sovereign citizen. But hey, if he wants to alienate himself from the frauditor community and hang out with the least relevant frauditor on the internet, hey, whatever makes you happy.
Like, no one cares about subscribers. I think we both know that. Like, subscribers are basically not the actual subscribers you have, but the number of subscribers doesn't mean anything to YouTube as a whole. It's all about the views, because I would rather have 1 million views rather than 1 million subscribers. Because if they're not watching your videos, they don't it doesn't translate as mattering that much. But this guy sees Josh with that many subscribers, goes, oh, I can ride this to get it maybe a few thousand thrown my way. Like those sidekick channels where you'll have the main guy, and because that person is cool with the main guy, they get some of like the runoff subscribers and the runoff views. That's what he's trying to do, in my opinion. Amanda, what's up? Let's see here. Please tell Furface to turn off his camera. Oh, God. Josh, nobody's talking crap about your kid's mom. You beat one of them, and then you drove the other one away by being a fucking loser. But I digress. All right. Here we go.
Hashtag Josh the bad dad.
I see the hatred firsthand.
Nobody's hating anyone.
People are pretty messed up, man.
This guy doesn't like the truth.
He's in the store right now. He'll be out in a minute. It's coming right now. But yeah, you guys are pretty hateful, man. Why you guys hate this guy so much? I'm curious. None of you are actually addressing, serious issues. I see you guys in the comment section. You get KFARR says it's important to domestic violence abuser. Dude, I spent 4 years in prison, and I'm friends with murderers. So, ooh.
Yeah, so that's his problem. Yeah, that's supposed to make you look better. Oh yeah, I hang out with abusers and just shit humans as a whole. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or it says, I'm friends with murderers. Like, okay, so you find people who consider human life to be less than valuable enough to preserve and willfully take away. You find those people appealing. Wonderful. I'm sure that makes you an upstanding guy.
Yeah, I just here, this is going to be a funny one if I can get her to come up here real quick. Let me see if I still have this saved. That'll be funny. But yeah, so he wants, they're not talking about the big issues. I'm sorry, if you don't think domestic violence is a big issue, that I must be a terrible person because I think it's pretty bad. I think abuse of basically any kind is bad, but this guy, nope, because he's friends with murderers and did 4 years in prison. He just, accepts anyone. It's like, so like you said, if you can't even understand that much of the law, why should I believe anything else you have to say?
Yeah. I think, was a Frauditor. He had a actual lawyer on as a guest for a stream or for a recorded video. And the lawyer even said, all these people, they have criminal records. They didn't go to college. These people are they're ill-educated. They're not nice people at all. And yet somehow they expect to be considered with more credibility than lawyers who paid through the nose to go to school for 4 years to learn the law, judges who've been on the bench for a decade, police officers who've been on the streets for 2 decades, all those people who exist. And somehow we're supposed to take the word of, people with lengthy criminal records living out of their cars, and we're basically found by the law to be unfit parents and have their kids taken away.
Josh is trying to project his nonsense onto me. That's cute. Oh God! All right, it's funny that we're 2 minutes in and I already don't want to watch this. Because 2 minutes in, you kind of get where this guy's coming from, where it's no laws matter. Criminals are great people. You guys are being mean to Josh for no reason, even though you're doing nothing but pointing out factual information about Josh.
Come on, man. Grow up, bro. What did she do? No, but seriously. I spent 4 years in prison. I'm friends with murderers. Guy with domestic violence, that's really pretty low on the list. I'm alive. They're looking for you.
Oh shit, who's looking for me?
I don't know, somebody named Prairie.
Oh, Prairie's looking for me? What up, Prairie?
Who's Prairie? Friend?
Because I don't get notifications. Dave, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Greg coming in clutch, another 5 gifted memberships. And Chuck is a member for 15 months. Dear Lord. That's crazy to me. All right, let's see here. All right, Josh still hasn't said anything relevant in the chat.
Wonderful.
He hasn't said anything relevant in 2 years.
So, but yeah.
Facts.
I was just saying that the title is, wow, Vicious Haters.
Vicious haters? Okay.
KFARR. Put that thing in there.
You only attract vicious haters if
well,
you're doing something right.
How come KFARR isn't talking about the topic and he's only attacking you personally?
Oh, I don't know. I guess that would be a great question to ask.
That's the straw man argument, right?
I mean, it appears that with me. You can't attack the idea, so you attack whoever you can get to embody that experience. It's fucking bizarre.
There's your boy. There's your boy.
Court today was fantastic. Let's see. Delayed again. Imagine that. They keep asking to have a fight at the flagpole. You keep showing up to the flagpole. You're like,
He was there.
Fight.
He was there at 3:05.
Do it.
All right, so let's talk about this for a second. So if you use previously debunked rhetoric that I've already previously debunked in probably 20 videos, telling the truth about someone isn't straw manning them.
Yeah.
In the video, I literally went, this is just the disingenuousness. Oh God, I can't even talk. I'm so tired. But yeah, I've already talked about these things. Everyone has talked about these things so much. The whole, again, no victim, no crime. Debunked like fucking 50 years ago. And we debunk it damn near several times every week. Like, what are you talking about, my guy? And then, oh, they want to have a fight at the flagpole, and I keep showing up at the flagpole. Yes, you keep showing up at the flagpole, and instead of fighting, you just keep asking nonsensical questions. You show up to the flagpole, and instead of fighting, you go, well, what about the weather? Well, how do you feel? Oh, can you just tell me why we're here to fight? And it's like he wants to act like this tough guy, and it's like they're trying to have this case, and instead of just having the case, admitting your guilt, taking the consequences of your actions, you want to ask sovereign citizen questions. Like, come on now.
And another thing I should point out is the only reason that the trial has been delayed again is because Josh, in his infinite wisdom,
of something he did.
Yeah, it's like he threatened his judge, so that required that judge to recuse himself. While his threatening him is probably being investigated, and he'll probably have more charges later. But a new judge had to be brought on.
I can confirm that it is probably being investigated.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
But they had to bring in a new judge, and that with a new judge comes a lot of new people that have to be brought up to speed. So, and from what I could tell, like I believe, according to what happened in court, the judges have their own prosecutors that are also like assigned.
Yeah, I was just about to talk about that.
So that's why it got delayed. You idiot! You delayed it.
Mrs. Schrodinger's cat, what's up? It's great to see you.
Hey.
Miss Mandy, thank you for the membership. Yeah, so basically it went from Judge Slavin and his prosecutor to Judge, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Anywho, the new judge that he had and her prosecutor. Well, the old prosecutor wanted to stay on the case because he's been working on it for so long.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
But the court was giving all of the new updated information to the new judge's prosecutor. So the old prosecutor wasn't getting any of the information and couldn't set up Shackelford. That's what it is.
Yeah. It
was giving to Judge Shackelford's prosecutor. So the old prosecutor couldn't get any of the witnesses there in a decent amount of time. So it's like, yeah, they were ready. They were ready and willing to fight you at the flagpole. But because you decided to punch somebody else and get suspended, they had to move it to a different flagpole. But the same guy wanted to fight you. That's basically what happened today.
Yeah, the
God,
lack of
did Josh
self-awareness
bring gas
is
money
so
or
bad.
just his left hand.
Wait, what was that?
Said, did Josh bring gas money or just his left hand?
Oh, gee. Yeah. Well, I mean, Wolverine always brings just his left hand, so. God. I'm never going to stop doing that, by the way. Like, he's earned it. So Josh, if you're watching, you can go back and tell Wolvie I make fun of him for being, I make offhanded jokes about him because I can.
This is the way I look at it. So this is the way I look at it. If you are a genuinely nice person and you have any sort of disability, shit, you're cool. There won't be a negative thing said about you or your disability, blah, blah, blah. If you're an absolutely shit human being who points out and belittles and harasses everyone, I'm going to throw some fucked up jokes at you.
Yeah. Yeah, and if Wolverine wants to whine about it, that's fine. I'll be off laughing, opening my own ketchup bottles.
Well, this is the thing that kills me about Adam Denlinger. The guy he's been on hospice for 3 years. In every video, he says he's only got months to live. And again, that's been like that for as long as I've been on YouTube. Oh God.
And considering the fact that, in my life, I've seen elderly relatives, unfortunately go, and and they would be on hospice leading up to that. So having had to go through the terrible, and I'm sure other people have to go through the terrible time that is for somebody to just be using it as an excuse for sympathy, like to be insincere, basically faking that he's on hospice. It's like that just means you're a shit person even more.
Yeah. Erica, dear Lord, guys. Erica, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, and Dave, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships.
Yeah, Yvonne, I was going to say, seeing a tumbleweed would imply that there's actually anything in there.
Yeah. Got it. But so I just wanted to point this out. I don't know if you pointed it out when I talked to you earlier about this. It seems like every single person that was doing this for Josh eventually drops Josh.
Yeah.
It seems like MCC was doing it, and freaking media was doing it, and then Wolverine Transparency was doing it. And where are those guys now?
No idea.
Like I haven't seen freaking media and MCC deal with Josh in I want to say a year or more.
Yeah, they ditched him because probably they figured he was more of a hindrance. I mean, the fact that video where he famously left the camera running to record them, like you could just tell, like the two of them would have been better off just going without him. It's like he was this obligation they had to, like they were babysitting him. They just figured, oh well, he's worth having around because there's strength in numbers. It's a 50% increase in the number of people yelling at cops. I think I don't know if we've talked about this, but I think you'll agree with me. There are 2 different types of auditors. Well, let's call them frauditors for this example. There's 2 different types of frauditors that go into a situation. There's the I'm going to record, and then there's the I'm going to be annoying and get arrested. Yeah.
Josh is in the category of I'm going to be annoying and get arrested. So is Floyd Wallace, those type people. I want to say, I want to call him Texas Jack, but I know that's not his name. Texas Sheepdog, because his name's Jack, isn't it? Him stripping at the Alamo, trying to fight somebody. Josh is in that category. MCC and freaking media, they don't want to be arrested.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. They would much rather go say some nonsensical attempt at legal mumbo jumbo, but they're really there to watch Josh get arrested because Josh thinks he's fighting for more rights, but he's not. Yeah. But they want to record him get arrested. That's why they kept him around, because they're like, we can throw you at the police and record it, and it'll get us views, and we don't have to take any of the hit for it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Wolverine was doing.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's Josh in a nutshell. Everyone that rides with him just throws him at the police and says, "Go do your thing." And then you'll catch him rapping the same song at every traffic stop in Taylor, Michigan. Yeah. Stone Vet was hanging out with Josh at one point, at least online. What happened to him? As far as I know, I don't want to get too much in the weeds with it. Me and Stone Vet went back and forth email wise. I don't want to speak for him, but the impression that I got from the emails is that upon learning who Josh was, he doesn't seem to like him very much. If I'm just going to leave it at that, but yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, you could sum up that with every person who's ever met him.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. It's his first time appearing before a new judge, and well, it didn't take long for her to not like him.
Oh God, Richard, we don't talk about Mears. Mears is a 2-time drunk driver who wants to take the moral high ground with me at every single stop, and then cry about it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Let's see here. I'm trying to catch up in the chat. Tommy V, what's up? You mean Fupa? Yes, him.
Oh, yeah.
He's another one that you throw at the police. The JC News Now, the Lucky Laptop News. People so annoying and are just willing to be arrested and have all these charges.
Yeah, the arrogance dripping. I mean, I could go into a long rant about how, like, the TikTok prankster and NPC culture is starting to merge with frauditors. It's like that's just who they are. That there are these people just completely full of themselves, lacking in self-awareness, will go out, cause problems to get themselves arrested. And when they do, they can't seem to fathom why it happened.
Well, and that's the thing about it getting now mixed in with frauditors. If you just adopt a certain phrasing during when you're doing normal shit, it qualifies for the frauditing community or the First Amendment auditing community. So it's like you don't even have to really change up what you're doing for your channel. Just be like, my rights. Oh, what's the Third Amendment? And then bang, you have an anti whatever channel. And it's like, okay, cool. Now people are watching you from a different community. You're getting more views, more subscribers by changing like 3 words you would normally say.
Yeah, it's just.
Let's see here. Fahan Kush Queen gifted 5 memberships. Dear Lord, you guys are generous today. Tell me, Kruger, what's up?
Hey, great job on the video today. By the way, it was fantastic.
Yeah, this is one of the quotes that needs to be passed around more and more. The enemy of your enemy is not your friend. Yeah. Like, there's a difference when it was World War II when we were being cool with Russia because we're like, hey, we could use you to stop that certain government group in Germany. Yeah, then cool. And even then they weren't our friend. It's like, hey, you fight them from over there, we'll fight them from over here, and we'll hopefully meet in the middle. Yeah, this is just like people are just getting in bed with other people because they hate other people. And it's like, well, that's not a good way to look at it.
Well, that's why I said, like, this guy, in this video, this guy proceeds to rip on a lot of frauditors, and I'm just thinking, you know what? He could do that all he wants and piss them off, great, but it doesn't make me like him.
Yeah, I want a sovereign citizen frauditor infighting war, like a civil war. That's what I want to see. Dave Malik, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Dear Lord. All right, 3 minutes into this video. Let's keep going.
We didn't train well. Well, neither did I. I was up all fucking night in Stone Vag's fucking chat. Stone Vag, where you at?
Stone Vag, who's that?
Stone Vag.
Oh, Vag. I thought you said Vag. I'm like,
well, you know, what? Stone Vag, Stone Vet, who cares, right? Fuck, man. You challenged me to the fight like bull, motherfuckers. I showed up.
He was here at 3:05 at the flagpole.
I showed up. You did not.
Again, he threatened to bomb one flagpole, so they had to move it to another flagpole.
Yeah. And so also point out, he's about to say you didn't show up. It's like, you had to go to them. They were there by default. Like they did show up.
Yeah.
Like the prosecutor was there. It's like the same guy that you've been dealing with all this
You're
time.
fighting in their house. Yeah, they're fighting in their house. They're there regardless.
Yeah, you can't call him a no-show.
Yeah.
Boom.
What a badass.
Coffee
break.
These YouTube streets are.
Man,
people you guys have no idea how nasty the YouTube streets are.
Nasty.
We're looking at some examples right now.
Gonna go, oh, I mentioned his name because didn't we stop over at KFARR's neighborhood the last time?
And he privacy struck that video.
Right.
I don't know that he did, right? Let me speak factually. I do not know if it was KFARR that did that. But all I know is the video got removed for personal some bullshit reason.
Privacy or something.
I can say with 100% certainty, I have never copyright struck anyone or privacy struck anyone, nor do I even know how.
Yeah, more than likely that video's gone because everyone watched it, reported you for the fact that you went to harass someone at their house, and that is a violation of YouTube's terms of service or community guidelines.
Just off of normal, common sense. Josh has doxed me half a dozen times. If he did that half a dozen times, why would I have not reported all of them? Why only do one?
Sure.
Oh God, that would be terrific. Let's be real, guys. The reason Josh hasn't come to my home again is because it would be breaking the stalking statutes of Michigan 2 or more times.
Yeah.
That would be the second time. It's because he would be going to jail. That's why he hasn't done it. Or the more than likely part, we know why he doesn't come on my property. It's pretty clear why he didn't come on my property. I'll just leave it at
that. We were at the corner there. We weren't even at the dude's house.
That video really got hit? Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
For what?
And I don't fight the things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to save my time and my energy for the shit I need to focus on.
Well, I don't know how it could be a privacy concern. We're sitting in a parking lot in the corner of the street. Well, it might have been a private property, but that's a little silly.
Your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine. What's up,
KFARR,
Harry?
are you watching KFARR? What happened? Why'd you did you privacy strike a video when we were just sitting in the parking lot?
Or do you know who privacy struck that?
See, I'm not a 1A auditor. So you guys, I'm just a guy who's trying to change the world one flight at a time. He's an auditor.
I've been called an auditor. I've been called a
Auditor.
a peaceful Marine. You know what I mean? Like,
You got kicked out for meth.
oh, I kicked out of the Marines. Oh my gosh. Talk about something that's new.
Gee, you didn't want to fight for the greedy government and kill innocent people around
sorry,
the world?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to feed the military-industrial complex. Once I got out, I read.
No, the
Yeah.
reason he got kicked out is because he said he got senioritis in the Marines, and that's why he did meth and got kicked out.
Yeah, I was gonna say after
Come
what
on.
they just said, like the floor is yours, sir. Care to rebuttal?
Well, this is like the I wish Navy Tex was here. I went live because he wanted to go live the other night because oh god, why the Whisk kid.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Like all
Bill
veterans
Sherbet.
are what did he say? War criminals. We're war criminals. Yes.
Yeah, DMA tried to pull that as well, and it's just like what a jackass. But
It's like how to say you couldn't get in without saying you couldn't get in. Like, thanks, random guy sitting in the driver's seat.
oh, he'd be too crazy for that. But it's just, it's like when they say shit like this, it's like I know, I keep saying it. The guy on the right, Bad Apple, he's doing. I mean, everything about his name, how he looks at the camera. This is all just a show. It's all just he says, you know what? I'm going to try to get YouTube famous by just creating outrageous stuff. The longer you hear him, the more you realize he's talking crap about everybody, and he's just he's spitballing the internet to try to get attention through controversy.
Christopher O'Connor, yes, I will more than likely. I'm just waiting for more information and the okay to talk about that. So yes, that was sad news that I got today. And I think Tones knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I heard about that too. It's sad. I mean, I mentioned that there was somebody else who it was Archangel for Truth. Like, so I don't know. Was I allowed to say the name?
Oh, they already posted.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, for some reason, because Archangel for Truth kept popping up in a lot of chats, I always got the two confused. So I never knew which one was which, and I feel bad now because it's like, oh, now I know which one was the good one. It's like which Archangel was the good one. It's like, so it's sad. It's sad that he's gone, and life's too short for what these idiots do. It's like they could be gone tomorrow, and then when I mean, we'll be happy, but they have a chance to look back and say, "Wow, I wasted my life." It's like, and then we have good people making the most of their life, and they're leaving us too soon.
Yeah, Josh was like, "Oh, I have things better things to focus on," and it's like to date, you've been focusing on absolutely the wrong things.
Yeah.
All right, let's
power through more of this insanity.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes in.
Smedley Butler and what he said about your military service. I now agree with Smedley Butler. Go ahead and fucking Google it if you have to. Smedley Butler.
It's one veteran who has a problem with being a veteran.
Yeah.
Versus the millions of other veterans who love being a veteran. I don't take much stock in two people saying one thing.
Yeah, and in fairness,
say another thing.
People who served, who it left them, with difficulties and a bad, maybe a bad opinion. That's fine. They've earned the right to have that opinion. If a former veteran wants to look back and say, you know what, like the orders we got from people on high were not great at the time. Like we did things we probably shouldn't have done. As far as I'm concerned, they could say that all they want. It's like, that's okay. But when people who never served, who weren't there, I feel like they don't, they can't go off and say all this crap. It's like, no. I feel like that is an opinion mutually exclusive to people who were there. Like KFARR, you were more qualified to say any of that than I would ever be. Like, I'm in no position to judge. I didn't get to serve.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, it's a handful of people that think or say those type of things versus the other millions that are like, yeah, X, Y, and Z happened and it was shitty, but I enjoyed doing what I'm doing and probably would do it again. Like, I don't take much stock in that.
Yeah, Power Wagon makes a good point. That was World War I.
Yeah, some crazy shit happened during World War One. Turns out,
Yeah.
when the other army was poisoning the air to try to kill you.
Yeah, and not to mention the fact it ended it ended on such a bad note that another one, that round 2 came only, a decade or two later. So just that's not a great point of view to be using it to rest your entire theory on.
Basically, this was just a deflection away from trying to get around. He got kicked out for meth.
Yeah.
Like let's not get away. That's why he got kicked out. And now they're trying to say, well, it's because the military was bad. That's why I did it. It's like, well, your previous statements say otherwise. All right, now we're 6 minutes in. We're making progress.
One of the most decorated Marines, if not the most decorated Marine. I'll have to watch how I speak because everybody will take my words and say, "Oh, see, he's lying again." No, I
Nobody
just got
cares
something
about this
wrong.
part.
You fucking idiots! Don't you ever get shit wrong? So, anyways, but what I'm not getting wrong is what Smedley Butler said about his military service. If you don't realize that's what you're in for, sorry to offend any of you vets out there, but you should stop encouraging your kids.
Let me tell you something. There was a video that I seen. It was a TikTok video. It was on Facebook, and this guy, and there's a lot of stuff in history that people don't know about. Well, it's the belief that racism, or not racism, but slavery and all that. There's a lot of things.
Please say something cringy.
One thing that most people don't realize is that
Just wait.
the world isn't what it is or what it seems to be because they portray a certain story, his story, and they tell you whatever they want to tell you, and you believe it. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, you got people who join the military for the right reason in the mind, but then they get there and they realize how corrupt the government is and what they're really doing. And why do you think the suicide rates are so high when they come back to the United States? Because people are realizing that they did some really dirty shit, can't live with themselves.
Yeah, it turns out that's not why.
Yeah, that's not.
So let's fucking get into this.
Erica, it's I go with all of the above.
It's not because you went over there and did X, Y, and Z and then came back and realized, oh shit, I'm a terrible human being. Blah. Most times it's like I went over there, saw X, Y, Z happen to people that I was good friends with.
Yeah.
I saw my friend die. I did X, Y, Z. And obviously, I'm not saying that was me. I was driving an aircraft carrier in the Persian Gulf for 2 deployments. Like, that wasn't my life. But that's why some of those people do it. I've seen other people that this is a lot of people from the Navy. This guy is bad Apple media. So my experience I have with this, a few people from, not a few people. We lose from my ship, we've lost a ton of people. It's people who, it's just a certain lifestyle you have in the military. You are in a berthing with, I had almost 100 people in my berthing. There were 6 people sleeping 5 yards away from me. You wake up, you pal around with these people, you're good friends with these people. I got lucky. 3 of the people that I was really cool with in the Navy, one of them was my brother and the other 2 were from Michigan. Another one was from Ohio, but some of them were from Texas. Once they got out, you spent 4 years with these people. You would die for these people. And then when you get out, you never see them again. Yeah. And that's
and that could be sad.
The change going from I do this stuff every single day to I will never see this person again that I spent a significant amount of my life with, doing the most messed up shit with. That's why it happens. We had a kid, went out every day, drank every day, saved up $30,000, got out, spent his $30,000, and then offed himself. And it's like, that was a guy who I talked to every single day, was in my department, in my division. We talked every single day. And that's what he did as soon as he got out. Spent his $30,000 that he saved up and then offed himself because he didn't want the life that he was living outside of the military. Yeah. You weren't the captain driving the warship. Mears, because I've debunked you dozens of times at this point, and you must just love public humiliation. My hands were literally on the wheel, turning the ship and doing everything, driving the ship wise. Yeah, if I wasn't doing that, I was a foot over controlling all of the speed of the ship.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I'm gonna go into a bit of an overthinking moment here. Mirrors. First of all, the captain of a ship is not necessarily the guy who drives it. Okay, he's the one who gives the orders, tells it where
I
to
can
go.
say-
The helmsman operates that.
Yeah.
So
In 4 years, I have seen the captain of my ship put his hands on the wheel 0 times.
yeah,
The XO of the ship, the second highest ranked person, 0 times. Who was it? The Gator, who I believe was like the 3rd highest if you leave out like the air wing type people, 0 times.
Yeah.
They would come on the bridge, say, "Hey man, can you make some coffee or something?" And his little minion would make him coffee, and that's what he would do. And he'd just stand there and drink coffee, like the scene, bringing up Top Gun again, where they're sitting there drinking the coffee in the tower, and he buzzes the tower and they spill the coffee. That was their job, to just stand there and drink coffee and look important.
yeah. I mean, that's basically. I mean, it's like a huge company that manufactures something. It's like, yeah, the CEO doesn't actually work down on the factory putting the shit together, but they're in charge. Like they're the ones, they tell the people what to put together. So yeah, I mean, and if I may, show my nerd side for a little bit. You ever notice how in Star Trek, Captain Kirk is always sitting in a chair in the middle of the room? You don't see him piloting the ship or pushing the button to fire the torpedoes or
the
whatever.
The CO, the XO, the Gator, they don't speak unless either shit's hitting the fan or shit is so not hitting the fan that they're fucking around with people. At no point are they doing anything like important on the bridge at that point.
Exactly.
Let's see here.
All right, we're 7 minutes in.
We got lots of snow falling here, and it's gonna. Oh yeah. Also, if I randomly lose internet connection, I will be back on my phone. We got a bunch of snow today. Our power lines are shit. Half of our neighborhood doesn't have power currently.
Thanks.
I know you probably don't know about this, Tones, but when it snows in Michigan, it's a ton of snow mixed with it being, it's like 34 degrees. So it's snowing hardcore, and then it's melting, and now it's about to go down to like 20 something. So it's now freezing. The tree branches are all sagging because it's iced over. All the power lines are iced over. Oh, God. All right.
Is it bad for me to say that that where I am, it's only 49?
It's what time?
No, it said 49 degrees where I am.
Oh yeah, well, next week it's going to hit the negatives for the lows.
I was going to say I am so sorry that California, it's winter time in California, and yet we still, the temperature is still tolerable. At least where I am.
Yeah, I wanted to have a fire. I have like a quarter of wood left, and I'm saving it for next week when it's like -4. Walter, I am not doing a 3-hour live stream. Hopefully.
I can't stay for 3 hours. That's for sure. I may stay with you for maybe another half hour or so, but
yeah, if you guys watched my live stream from this morning, I still haven't slept from yesterday. So I've just been drinking coffee, and here I am. I'm just going to crash. I'm not doing anything. I'm just crashing after this.
Hey, my philosophy is sleep is for the weak, and weak is spelled. You could spell weak both ways. It still applies.
Yeah.
But whatever. Hey, you want to join the military? Go for it.
Yeah,
I never did.
That PTSD is going to be yours for the rest of your life. It's going to be your PTSD. It's not anybody else's issue. It's your PTSD. I'm just thankful I never got it. You know what I mean?
I want to know what KFARR has done to make the world a better place. You said he was a prison guard?
Oh, he was a prison guard.
Was he a jail guard or a prison guard?
He was a jailer.
Did he work for the MDOC?
The mystery is still out there.
Well, I spent 4 years in prison, KFARR. What's his real name? KFARR. I spent 4 years in prison. I know a lot of people. So
Mr. Kevin Farrar doesn't believe that doxing is
Kevin
when you
Farrar.
give out.
No, FBI. Thanks to YouTubers like KFARR and those idiots who stalk and gang stalk people who are exercising their right on YouTube. I was gang stalked by YouTubers as well, and they were calling the FBI. Calling my work, calling everybody they call to be the snitch little. Oh, he's exercising something I don't believe. Whatever. But you guys don't realize that your actions will backfire at some point in time. What I went through, had the FBI come and visit me on that. I'm cleared. I did nothing wrong. But then you got Oakland County who thinks, oh, I'm gonna be a hero. Now I'm suing Oakland County, and you YouTubers who ratted on me and lied and you did me a favor. What's got come to? I was put through hell because of you guys and the bootlicks and the government. We need government. It's all right. I know how to fight the government, and I whoop their ass, and I'm going to beat them. So now I'm going to teach this guy how to whoop their ass.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm on an FBI watch list, and I would encourage everybody to get on an FBI watch list.
So, how are we gang stalking people?
Yeah, no idea.
By showing a video that they made public to billions of people, by watching that, critiquing it, and correcting how they were legally inaccurate. How is that gang stalking? I would think going on several pages and doxing people simply because they exposed you for being a shit human being, and then having those people go harass them, I would call that gang stalking.
Yeah.
They're a lot closer to gang stalking than any of us.
Exactly.
Is that practicing law without a license, Christopher? That's what we're getting into.
Cop Goblin, my philosophy is I'd rather lick boots than suck ass. So.
Well, this is the whole thing. Like, they're sitting in a car, easily from what I've seen, from what I've spoken to Josh and this guy today, two of probably the least educated people on planet Earth. Like, let's be real here for a second. This whole no victim, no crime thing that they just keep punching into the wall, even though the wall hasn't broken in ever. It doesn't exist. The no victim, no crime thing. It doesn't exist. You can look up the definition of a crime, and at no point does it say no victim, no crime. It says actually the opposite.
And if I had to get a little, if I had to overthink this a bit, like there is a victim. The victim is society as a whole. Okay, society is no singular individual. It is all of us collectively. It is something that has to be, its integrity has to be maintained. Otherwise, everything just falls to anarchy, and nobody's life is any better. Everyone's life goes to shit. So. There is such thing as a victimless crime. That's why people can be charged, tried, and convicted for victimless crimes, because they are undermining the integrity of society.
I've had this conversation with him and one of his minions on his Facebook page, Tharithalin, if you will. And they always say the no victim, no crime thing. But in the legal definition of crime, it says about drug crimes and how they technically have no victim, and yet they're still crimes.
Yeah.
But the victims are his children. Accurate.
Yeah. I mean, he ruins his life, and they're not going to be in it. He's not going to be in their lives. So yeah, he's victimized them with everything he's done.
He wants to have he wants to create for them generational wealth with his YouTube channel that isn't monetized.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
A human being that can hear this message, go ahead and get yourself on an FBI watch list. That's the best thing to do.
I'm a domestic terrorist.
I mean,
he said
everybody could be a domestic terrorist nowadays. In this day and age, FBI has to watch every single one of us.
They're already watching this. They're watching this now. They do it. It's recorded.
Guess what? Hey, FBI.
Hi,
welcome
FBI.
to the metaverse. Okay, welcome to the metaverse. This is where shit lives on forever.
Oh, and these guys are really gonna love it. What are you interested in doing possibly?
What am I interested in doing possibly? A lot. Changing status and standing? Oh, yeah. Yep. We're going to do changing status and standing. We're going to figure out the entire process and how to change status and standing. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, when folks say, what is step number one? That's the goal.
You file for a passport and you check the right boxes. And you remove yourself as a U.S. citizen and you become a state national.
So we're
I remember this.
I called it. I said he was a sovereign citizen. This is the thing. He's a sovereign citizen. But because he just said, I'm a domestic terrorist, that's what sovereign citizens are at this point. They're trying to change it to, what did he say? U.S. state national?
Yeah, national. I love it. It says change your status. There is no, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. Maybe there is a way to actually do this. But as far as last I checked, you can't technically change your status. There is no status that makes you exempt from the law. Okay.
Yeah, you can't. If he does this and checks the right boxes and files for a passport, blah, blah, blah. If he gets pulled over for driving without a license 2 years from now after he does this, he's still going to take a plea when he goes to court.
Yeah.
Because he already did it.
Yeah. It's
Like, let's not beat around the bush.
It's the stupidest thing. It's like your passport is not a license to drive.
Yeah. It's the same thing we always talk about. Sovereign citizens are here because they are now considered domestic terrorists. Oh, I'm going to use the exact same rhetoric, the exact same crazy ideology, and just call myself United States state national.
Yeah.
I'm not going to change anything about what I was doing. I'm just going to call it something different. Therefore, I'm not a sovereign citizen. And I always say, if it talks like a duck and looks like a duck and defends other ducks, it's probably a duck.
Yeah, and Java Man makes a good point. You can renounce your citizenship, but that means you can't stay here. Like you have to go be in a UN refugee camp or something. Like you can't stay in America.
Like these people are like 2 steps away from being Moors, and I love it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I should point out, like national sometimes is a term that is used for people who commit acts of terror. Like I mean, it's a bit of a stretch, and like I said, I'm not an expert, and I'm going to be showing my nerd card again. The guys in the VW bus from Back to the Future, who shot Christopher Lloyd. Their characters were literally called Libyan nationals. They didn't call them terrorists. They called them Libyan nationals. Well, yeah, they still did things that it's a terrorist.
Josh thinks we're projecting. How am I projecting? I'm not a domestic terrorist. Are you a domestic terrorist, Tones?
No, I don't have a criminal record.
So how are we projecting? No. Factual information about you and your newfound friend here. Factual information is not projecting. It's just factual information. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone's projecting, I'd say they're very much projecting. I mean, what's the old term or saying? Every accusation is a confession.
Oh, that's not the one I wanted to put on screen. There we go. Apparently you can't renounce your citizenship unless you have a second citizenship.
Exactly. If you renounce your citizenship, you have to make arrangements to be a citizen in another country.
Yeah, you can't just be like, well, I want to stay in the United States. I'm no longer a United States citizen.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
But I'm not a citizen of anywhere. I'm a citizen of the ether.
Yeah. I mean, what to get to the ether? God, what do you got to do? First, you got to build a nether portal, and then you got to go. Oh, never mind. Sorry, that's something else.
Oh God, no! I want to see Josh take the Howard Studstill technique. I want to see Josh go to Mexico. Go be a Mexican citizen and try this.
Please do, man. I mean, look this way. You'll get a discount on your meth because you don't have to go through middlemen to buy it.
Getting it straight from the source.
Yeah.
Practically organic.
Exactly. It'll be homegrown. Farm to table.
Oh God. Yeah, this is sad.
Yeah.
This is the God. What is it, like the death throes? That's what Josh is going through right now. Like Josh seems like he's at the end.
Well, remember my Venn diagram? He's circling that drain of the end of liners.
Oh God. I wonder if Josh is sleeping on Bad Apple's couch tonight. Hey. God, this is just getting bad.
Yeah.
Josh asked the Taliban court about jurisdiction. Yeah, it's like these people think they have it so bad. Oh, Josh just went live. Cool. Somebody go check to make sure there's 8 people watching.
Yeah, if he's restreaming this, hello, the 8 people watching this.
That are probably from our chat who are, dual watching. All right, here we go.
Change your voter registration, rescind your voter registration.
Oh yeah,
you don't really have to do it.
You want to know what's crazy?
Then you cancel your driver's license. You cancel all of the contacts within the corporation.
I got bingo.
Myself snitch on myself. I'm gonna admit to something, and I probably shouldn't admit to this, but listen, I have a voter registration card, and I have a felony from 1999. Every time I voted, I wasn't supposed to, but they still counted my vote.
Well, here's a little something that most people don't know. Word on the street is that convicted felons can vote. Yes, they can.
I have a question here. Josh, he says, I don't have to beg for my platform. I built my own channel. Is it still under construction? Because the views ain't making sense for it.
And since we're paused anyways, okay, nobody is saying that a formerly convicted felon can't vote. A convicted felon can't vote while they are incarcerated. Once you're out, you just have to go re-register to vote. Okay, nobody has ever said that if you break the law once, you can't go vote again. It's like, no, you don't lose that right. You just have to re-register for it, and you could take advantage of it once you're out of prison. As someone who went to prison for 4 years, he should have known that for 4 years, or in that whatever, if any elections went by during that time, that he wasn't allowed to participate. They didn't send you an absentee ballot to your cell.
His live stream is consisting of him either he's driving around sitting shotgun.
Oh, is Bad Apple behind the wheel?
If I was going to say anything, I'd probably say yes. I want to say it almost looks like they're plowing snow. So his seasonal job that he relies on every year, sitting shotgun in a plow truck. I thought he was going through my neighborhood at some point, which would just have been grand. It's not my neighborhood. It doesn't look like. Yeah, it looks like they're plowing snow. And it was a 2-minute live stream. Like, congratulations. Josh didn't register to vote. He didn't file taxes until his ex tried to get money. That's terrific.
Oh, Java Man. Yeah, you do make a good point. In some states they do, you do if you have a felony, like unless they reinstate it, the idea is you have to go back and effectively try to re-register. And if if the state does have restrictions, then you wouldn't be able to.
You're doing what you're supposed to do as usual.
Well, that's a lie. If
you were doing if you were doing what you were supposed to do, your life would look vastly different.
Well, I got one better. If he was doing what he was supposed to be doing, he'd be off fucking himself. It's like I told him to do that. I told him to do that a long time ago, and I still hasn't done it. Oh,
you can make money shotgun in a plow truck, not really doing anything at all, huh? Yeah. Hey, let me know where you can get a job sitting shotgun in a plow truck and get paid. Because if somebody wants me to sit in the shotgun and keep them company for a few hours and they'll pay me, sure. I enjoy money. Like, I'll live stream the whole thing.
Yeah. Yes, Josh ate the yellow snow. Oh, good for you.
That doesn't shock any of us.
I always knew he'd be taking the piss, but
Sean Galloway, if he doesn't recognize our laws, then why is he afraid to be behind the wheel of his pal's vehicle? Maybe his friend is smarter than Michigan Constitutional Crusader, who gave Josh a vehicle when he didn't have a license. Maybe his friend knows better. He enjoys having his vehicle.
Yeah. By the way, Broken Trust. No, it's called the First Amendment. I have a right to say whatever the fuck I want.
I don't think I will.
Yeah.
Oh God, we're only 10 minutes in. This is
the biggest fucking wives' tale.
I voted in every
boneheads out here go. Those kids. Yeah, they can.
I self-snitched on myself. I'm probably going to get the death penalty for that one. I voted when I wasn't supposed to.
Well, anybody in Michigan, you can get out. I got directly out of prison in 2006, and I went right to the Secretary of State the same day. Got my license back because it was expired. I renewed it. I signed it for voter registration. And then the next fucking election came around. The last time I voted was in 2008. I voted. I didn't get in trouble.
Because you were allowed to re-register.
That was
all you did was encourage them. Damn it. We could go.
The information that you just believe online is, I can tell you, half of it's fucking bullshit. You keep spreading your lies, keep spreading your crap, whatever. I lived it, I experienced it, I know what I'm talking about.
Probably more than half of it is bullshit. Probably more than half. Like, when you get paperwork in the mail and they say, we're going to have a trial on a specific day, and you're like, okay, great. This is going to be a fun time. We get to conclude today. This is going to be all wrapped up. Everything is going to be finished. And then a guy shows up and goes, you know what? I didn't have anything prepared. Like, if you didn't have it prepared, why even have the court date?
I think we already talked about this. I'm not going to take too much time.
Go ahead.
We already talked about this at ridiculous length. You threatened to blow up a judge, so they had to move the court case. Therefore, there were two prosecutors, and one was trying to prosecute, and the other one was getting the information about the prosecution.
Yeah, and I should point out, Josh, if you're still watching, because God knows you got nothing better to do, there's a reason why the prosecution has to be prepared. You have to remember their whole purpose is to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty of a crime. Now, if someone is doing that and the judge has to decide whether or not whatever, or a jury has to decide whatever they're presenting has merit, they have to have their ducks in a row. All right. You're not going to, if these guys are going to go into this half-ass, that doesn't mean, oh, that means I'll get off easy. No, it could mean that there's shit that you, or at least in this case, your lawyer, if you had the sense to hire one, would need in order to, to debunk whatever they've got. There's discovery and all that shit. If they don't have that stuff, you don't have that stuff. It's not in the record. It doesn't help you.
So apparently in his live stream that was 2 minutes long, he's talking about my fiance's dead father.
Oh,
good work, Josh. If people didn't think you were a piece of shit, they definitely do now.
I mean, at this point, he does that stuff. He goes for low blows just to try to be relevant. I mean, if you want to play that game, your dead mother's disappointed in you, Josh. It's I think that's why she left this world, to make sure she didn't have to witness what you became there.
Well, I don't want to from all.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you don't.
No, so from all understanding that I know of Josh's mother, she was a saint.
Oh, she was. I'm sure.
And from everything I know, or I've been told through several family members, because that's where I'm at this point, family members, not family member, his mother would be extremely disappointed in who he became. And his father, who's exactly like him, down to the beating women part, he would be extremely proud.
Probably.
And it's like,
yeah, I should point out, I completely forgot Erica was in here too. So it's like, yeah, I'm sorry if I went over the line on that one, but then I saw your comment. So it's like, yeah, she would be very much disappointed. I mean, I am sorry that she's not around, but the only positive in all this is that she doesn't have to see what he's become, because I'm sure if she was still around, and I admit, in your life, it'd probably be better if she was, but she'd have to witness this. And it's like, that's just, like
her
that's a pain.
Her baby boy,
throwing
his life down the toilet and just fucking just.
So that's a pain that would just be, that would really suck.
God.
So just know that, Josh, know that you're such a horrible disappointment to people.
Yeah, he thinks videos like this are going to make himself look better for his kids when they're 18. Yeah, it's not. They're going to look at this video and say, oh, you chose to record yourself breaking the law, stalk people, harass people in your own family. You chose to do all of those things rather than be a functional and productive member of society and a even minimally okay father. Instead of doing all of those things, you wanted to be social media famous as a near 50-year-old who his life's in the gutter. You chose to have your life be in the gutter and try to be internet famous instead of being a father. Like, I'm catching secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now you just need to file a motion and get it dismissed.
I'm convinced they want content. I'm convinced that all they want is content.
What they want something to happen. What they're trying to do is they're trying to incite disobedience is what they're trying to do. I trust me. I sit here and I watch it, and I'm like, what they're doing to my buddy, and they're allowing a fucking dude to squat in this building after his father was murdered by some crazy dude, and then murdered another guy in another county, and now he let a mechanic start working on us. The dude is squatted for nearly a year in the city of Taylor, is allowing this to happen and telling my buddy who owns the property that he can't tell an ex-cop who's carrying a gun on his property, and he's got signs all on his property that says no weapons allowed on this property, and he tells the Taylor cops that I don't want this man on my property. He's violating my rules. They just let him because they want something to happen.
Tones.
None of this made sense.
Yeah, this has no bearing on what we're talking about, but we'll talk about it anyway. This guy's talking about squatters' rights. Squatters have too many rights.
They do. I'll admit.
But yeah, there's a whole system. If he's indeed squatting, then he has to go through a way of evicting him and legally removing him from the property. If he had just gotten there one day and you got him that day and said, yeah, you got to go, bro, and you made him leave, sure, like that'd probably be okay. But it seems like he's been squatting there for a long time. So come on now. Oh, God.
Yeah. My buddy to snap and beat the fucking snot out of this fucking guy so they can arrest my buddy. They want the guy to shoot my buddy so they can have some commercial fucking transactions in their commercial courts.
We should just go there.
Oh God! Okay, pause.
Just go there with a camera and be like, what
Okay,
The lizard people.
yeah, I was gonna say that's when I heard that the first time, I had to stop and go, "Excuse me." It's like he's thinking, okay, so there's a grand conspiracy to get a guy to squat in someone's house so that it would piss off your friend, who would take matters into his own hands and beat him up, so he could get arrested, so that the courts could have some commercial thing. Like, this is it's mind-boggling. Just like the mental gymnastics that these guys have to go through to make this sound even remotely plausible. It's just
Erica brings up a great point.
Oh.
Josh squatted for how long? Josh was squatting in his friend who OD'd's house until the family tried to evict him, and that's when he decided to leave.
Yeah, and how many more do we see in eviction court getting kicked out, or how many soft sets go to squat in or just move into houses that are unoccupied and take them over? It's like
this is okay.
It's so stupid. There was a video I may still make. It was basically explain why frauditors and sovereign citizens claim that, oh, the whole system's corrupt, everybody's in on this conspiracy, is complete nonsense. Because first of all, if anyone's going to be crooked or corrupt, they don't do it for free. So if you think that 50 people who have to work together to get you falsely arrested, charged, and convicted are all going to take an equal share out of a $90 fine, yeah, that's not going to happen. Nobody's going to do it for $8.
No one's going to face federal charges for a nickel.
Exactly.
Like, it's not going to happen.
Like they'd have to do it to like 1,000 people a week to make a profit, and I'm sorry to say that shit would be noticeable.
Yeah, it's. God, it just kills me that these conspiracies still exist.
Yeah.
Like, this is like straight flat earth nonsense. Oh, New Zealand and Australia don't exist. NASA is paying actors to say that they're from Australia.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
And think about how many people they'd have to. I remember I've said this before. If you put listed every single person who would be required to maintain a flat earth or an earth is flat conspiracy or whatever, it would equal more than half of the world's population. And these are all people who could figure out for themselves or easily blow the whistle on the whole thing. I mean, you had a conspiracy theory that were nations at war with one another. Nobody decided to drop the truth bomb and reveal to the world that, like, oh, this was going on. It's like, it's so stupid to maintain a lie that big. It would be impossible.
Yeah, so again, flat earth nonsense.
Yeah.
The amount of money it would take, everyone would notice, like, hey, why is there $50 trillion missing every month? Oh, it's because we have to pay those pesky actors.
Yeah.
in like several countries to just say that they're there, even though they're in LA.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't think many people in LA are out there fighting kangaroos with their dogs. Like, what?
Yeah. It's
or
so
they're
dumb.
paying to arm the penguins that guard the ice wall. Like, somebody would notice that shit. Like the United States is a corporation. All right.
Oh, God.
All right. Now I know who not to, associate with, because you're crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the internet was both a blessing for bringing people together, but it's also a curse for bringing these people together, because they realize, oh, I don't have to go outside and be confronted by society, being all right and I'm wrong. I could just be in an echo chamber and thrive amongst a bunch of like-minded people.
Hey, we have to maintain 24 million holograms in Australia. Yeah, it's like, I even made that point that you just made in my two days ago, where I said the internet, I can look up anything that ever happened in human history. But because I can do that, I can also look up absolute dumb shit that some dude randomly was like, in an abandoned building. I'm Jesus. I'm actually the king of Morocco, blah, blah, blah. I also can find those videos.
Yeah, or I'm the queen of Canada.
Yeah, blessing and a curse. You were not wrong. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
where there are more monarchs in this world than there were in the medieval ages. It's like we got a king in Quebec, we got a queen of Canada, we got some other bunch of
What's his nuts? The king of New Hampshire,
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck. Like,
I mean, once upon a time there was the Emperor of America, and that was that. I got to look that up sometime. It was the funniest story. It was someone who like nobody took it seriously, but at the same time, it became kind of a funny gag that people just humored and went along with. It's this guy who was almost like a mascot. They just say, you know what? He claims he's the Emperor of America, but he's not hurting anybody while doing it. He's not breaking any laws. So, like he was just this guy that people just love to refer to him as such. Like that was way back in the day. That was before any of this soft sit nonsense started.
fucking A. All right. Oh, God. I'm trying to like mentally prepare for this because I just do not.
More crazy shit's coming.
It's freezing. I wish this fire back here was real. It's fucking cold down here. All right, here we go.
What are you doing, man? Why don't you get off this property?
Well,
You were a cop?
that's the plan.
You
That
were a
was the
cop?
plan.
You need to go.
What's going to happen is that
Keep New Hampshire out of your mouth.
whatever. You got keep supporting the cops, man. You guys just cops, we love them.
Yeah, back to blue. Back to blue.
You know, James Freeman. I hate to even mention his name.
Say it.
But he coined. I wouldn't even say coined because I think who knows? Everybody's probably said it. Back to blue till it happens to you.
Ah, there it
And
is.
nobody gives a shit. My buddy's dad was murdered. The dude's lost everything. Nobody in his life gives two fucks about helping the guy because their dad wasn't murdered. This is what you people are like. You can sit here on YouTube and you can harass this guy. You can harass First Amendment auditors. You can harass me. But what the fuck have you done with your lives?
The fuck
You're
is done?
sitting on your lazy fucking ass, hiding behind a computer, fucking harassing somebody who's doing something out here in the street, trying to make the world better. But you're not a
Okay, so I'm sitting here at 11 o'clock at night after I put my kids to bed, putting out information on the internet, correcting people who are out actually harassing people, actually out abusing people, knowingly spreading false information about the Constitution and law in general. But the people going like, it just blows my mind that this guy is so intellectually dishonest about what's actually going on. Like, at what point do you... the guy who stalked his own sister, you're going to defend that guy. But the guy who's factually correct, you're going to try to talk shit about that person?
Well, look at it this way. Before he did this, nobody knew who the hell he was. After he did this, maybe 20 or 30 people will.
know.
So I just find it ironic that, like Josh just...
Apparently we built our channels off Josh's channel.
Sorry. No. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of my earliest videos that got a lot of views were about him. But let's be honest. It's because, you just acted like such a colossal idiot.
Yeah,
who's not going to watch that?
Yeah, we're showing the hypocrisy of frauditors, of sovereign citizens, of Moors, Karens in some cases. Josh, you built a channel off of other people's content.
Yeah.
Your best video, which got you a majority of your subscribers and probably not many views, is a short that you stole from a police department. I sent the kid's real mom money today. I believe she's only the mother of one child, so let me correct you on that, bud. Oh, God.
But the other thing I should point out, Josh, is like the biggest videos I have don't even have you in it. I mean, I've put out, God, I don't know how many videos have I put out. I haven't even looked. Like I think I've
Josh.
Yeah.
Josh, here's the thing about you trying to dox me in my own chat. Everyone already knows because you doxed me in like every channel that you're ever on. Your buddy Joey, who actually doxed me on a live stream that you encouraged him to do, lost his channel because he doxed me. He went on to buy other ones, which is kind of desperate, but it is what it is. So it's like, dox me in my own channel. Like, ooh, crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And Broken Says Broken Shows. I've released 167 videos over a 3-year period, far less than KFARR, I'm sure. And my top viewed videos don't even have. I think of all of them, you are in only one of them, and that was you just failing miserably in court. Otherwise, I got Albuquerque audits getting punched in his stupid face, and that's not even monetized. I mean, it's limited.
Josh, I will put this out there for you. We built our channels off Josh. A video of a Moore and his girlfriend admitting to drinking piss has more views than any of your videos.
Yeah.
Like you get less views than piss drinkers. You're not important to anyone's channel. If you fell off the planet tomorrow, we would all go on and live happy, successful, productive lives.
Yeah.
We would forget about you by next week. There'd probably be no videos covering you.
I mean, hell,
Ever again.
I forget about frauditors who are still active because I just really don't give that much of a shit about them. I think the only reason I even thought of BSBT this week is because, he's back in court again. That's it. Like, if
I forgot Jeremiah Payne's name the other day. That's Jeremiah Payne.
Yeah.
And I forgot his name. I forgot his channel name. I forgot his kid and wife's name. That's what happens when you guys disappear for 3 seconds. Life goes on.
Yeah, I forgot who Rogue Nation was until I had to put together the list of everyone's real names. It's like oh my God, I completely forgot about. I mean, there's people that I didn't put on that list of real names that I had forgotten entirely after the fact. It's like, oh shit, I didn't even mention Glenn Serio,
Yeah, I forgot George's last name, and it's only 4 letters long.
Yeah,
like
I think it rhymes with some baseball team in New York.
Oh, I see what you did there. Broken System, Broken Trust has more donations to give. Okay. Like, I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know.
Now I have to go back to a thing that I already closed out. Oh God. The Ray Guy curse. I don't want to watch punting. Sorry. Oh God. All right. Yeah, their channel names get annoying because a lot of them, what is it? They try to like run away from their channel name once the News Nows or the Denver Metro audits, the Detroit Metro audits, the New York Upstate audits. They try to change it to get away from things. So you might think of, I had to type in Upstate New York audit just to find New York Public Tour because I could never remember his name.
Yeah, they go through all the name changes and they use names like this was kills me. There's Denver Metro audits, and apparently there's also another I think Detroit Metro audits or something. It's like it's weird.
Yeah.
Like there's more than one DMA, and I got them confused. Or there's one more auditor with the word Detroit in their name or something.
Okay. Is my video still good? Okay, yeah. I just got
working.
a weird message across my screen that said, your video's not connected.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I see myself talking. Lillian, thank you for the $20. Someone say donation? Or someone say donate? Yes. Solid. All right, I'm never going to get through all this video.
Yeah, but for what it's worth, we'll watch a little more of this. I'm probably going to have to go. Once I'm gone, you'll probably be able to watch it nonstop.
I'm going
feel
to.
bad.
No, like I said, I haven't slept in like a whole day.
Yeah.
I'm drinking coffee by a gigantic, scary cup thing. Richard, what are you talking about, Richard? I got a job that's troll proof. Okay.
Fucking slave. You're too stupid to see it because you got Stockholm syndrome.
You're too stupid to see it.
The Stockholm syndrome is
That's
thick.
my opinion.
It is thick. I mean, it's absolutely fucking
I
terrifying.
bet you they couldn't tell you where Stockholm's
I
from.
speak folks that got
Where it
weed
is.
charges, right? And I'm like, well, don't
This is Erica brought this up a little while ago, and I think it's funny that Josh just posted this. He says, "Now give me my daughter, bitches." Josh, you are willing to show up to 10 times in court for 3 charges of interference with police. You're willing to show up 10 times for that across the year, but you're unwilling to show up for a court case to keep any custody of your daughter.
Yeah.
Kind of shows where your attention lies. Cerebral Tackle, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, dear Lord.
Also, I think Navy Girl asked, no, Jason Gunnerman has not tried to strike the video. I mean, he may never do it, but the whole point of that video was that he couldn't, even if he wanted to. He can, the little twerp, and I say that without quotes. He is a little twerp. He could pound sand or pound on his desk all he wants all day. He can't do anything about it, and that was the point. So, you don't like people saying your name? Well, congratulations. I said it a whole bunch of times in musical form. So. There.
So Richard, it's not that we care that what their names are. It's that what their names mean for what their channel does. Amagansett Press clearly says press when that's not what he is at all.
Yeah.
Also, now he's a travel channel, yet he's still frauditing, which isn't a travel channel. Yada yada yada. Detroit Metro Audit clearly says audit right there in the thing. Got arrested a few times, and to try to get away from what people thought of his channel, he changed it from Detroit Metro Audit to Public Tour because he tried to be one of those people who are like, oh, I'm a travel channel now. Okay, you travel around the Detroit metro area. There's not shit to see. But if you're still, if you change your name and still do the same thing, you're just trying to hide something.
Yeah, and I should point out that I actually like watching a lot of travel channel videos. Like I watch, those ones where people just film like they're just doing a walking tour of something. I from all over the world or cities in the U.S. And I noticed something about all of them. Nobody ever the people filming them never piss anybody off. I don't understand. They're doing the very same thing frauders do, and yet somehow they don't get in trouble. Why is that? Oh yeah, because they're not doing the same thing. They're minding their own business. They're not stopping and filming in front of a business for 30 minutes. They're not focusing on individuals. And if anything, I may do a whole video breaking this down, but I was watching a walkthrough of the city of Edinburgh in England. And, if you actually look at where the horizon line is in the image, it's slightly below center, which means they're looking more towards the sky because there's tall buildings around. The main focus of the video, you don't even notice individual faces, even though they're on screen. Your attention is drawn to the scenery, not to the people and not to the individual businesses. That's the difference.
I'm assuming you watched Dummy Kruger's JC News Now video.
I probably did.
There would be the one from a couple days ago where he got sexual harassment because he kept recording one of the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's like there's a difference if you were recording the skyline of a city, and someone's cleavage happened to go through the skyline of the city. No one's going to think twice about it. But if you're looking at the skyline of a city and then you go and zoom in on the cleavage for like minutes at a time.
Yeah. Oh, Scotland. Yeah. Sorry, Crit. You're right. I should have said the UK. I meant to say Scotland. That was my bad.
No. So there's two different. Let me double check. There's two different broken system, broken trust that come to my chat. One is the actual broken system, broken trust, the useless human being. The other one is a channel with like 4 subscribers who's like the coolest person in the world.
By the way, I take exception, KFARR. You called him a human being.
My apologies.
Yeah. Get it right. Okay.
My apologies. He is the living worm.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. The living worm.
Yeah. Well, if you guys want to bounce Josh. I think once Tones leaves, we might just quit.
Well, I've figured if you want to watch a little more of this, that's fine.
I'm shooting for the 2 hour mark.
Yeah, that's what I was aiming for too.
We're at an hour and 49 minutes. Once we hit the 2 hour mark, we'll probably be done.
Yeah. I am going to go AFK for just a minute or two. Be right back.
Alrighty. Here we go, folks.
You think I fucked up? The government did that to you over weed, and they're like, "No, I had to learn my lessons." Right? I'm like, holy fuck, that was me.
That's the
that
rapist
was me
mentality.
10 years ago. That was me 10 years ago.
That's the rapist mentality.
Yeah.
Is that the victim says, "Well, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it.
Right.
I shouldn't have worn that short dress and shook my ass while I was
shouldn't have
dancing."
my hot ass out. I shouldn't have just sat there with my hot ass out. You know what I mean? Like my hot ass was out. I deserve to get right.
Well, this is the way of the world. You got First Amendment auditors. And let me be the first to say, look, bro, can you agree or disagree that I do not support First Amendment auditors?
I would say through our discussions, it's pretty clear, yeah. Pretty fed up with 1A.
I do not support this shit. And another thing is I don't support you guys who are frauditor channels or whatever. I don't support you either because you're bootlickers and these guys are fucking up I tell them all the time, they're fucking up the program and got my ass arrested. And I'm just a guy on fucking street.
Also, we're going to put this to bed right now. We are not frauditors. Frauditors are what they are because they're fake auditing. They're fraudulently auditing. No one gave them these titles. They came up with the titles themselves. They hired themselves to fraud it, to falsely audit. We are part of, if any community would fit the title, we are in the debunking title or the debunking community. Again, I'm going to pull this bad boy out. Yeah, they're lens lookers at best. Yeah, we're in the debunking community. We use the laws to debunk the misinformation that they're trying to spread. Or sometimes we use morality, which I don't like going to, but sometimes it's necessary because it's like, okay, you're harassing children. That's probably not good. You're harassing women for no reason, simply for views on Facebook or YouTube. Not good. You pepper sprayed an old woman for reasons unbeknownst to anyone. Like, sorry. Apparently we're frauditors now.
Oh, lovely.
You probably heard that when you watched it. Yeah.
Well, I heard the pepper spray old ladies one. I'm thinking, oh, were they talking about Amagansett Press again?
It's when he started going into the why he hates First Amendment auditors and why he hates frauditors or the fraudit community. And I said, if we would fall into any community on YouTube, it would be the debunking community.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't think any of us really like being grouped in with community, which is why you always see me do this when I say community.
Yeah, I mean, we occupy a very small, obscure corner of the internet, but it's full of a lot of well, I think the general term would be interesting people because there's a lot of great people. You know, many of them are in the chat right now, and then there's a lot of really shitty people. One of them was in the chat a little while ago. So it may or may not be considered a community, but hey, it's our little island in the sea of infinite internet, whatever. This is why
Dimension Lord for $2. Did you get my members only message? I thought I read it earlier, but if I didn't, I apologize. Dear God, member for 16 months. I just got here. What did I miss? It's Josh and his new buddy sitting in a car ranting about the government is a corporation, the false premise of no victim, no crime, and how we're apparently dumb because we can read the Constitution and interpret laws. I think I nailed that pretty well.
Yeah, that sums it up.
All right. 7 more minutes and we can be done with this.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the truth is not going to give a fuck what side you're on. The truth is not going to care. Okay, so for me...
But we got to work together.
If you want to put the truth on the table, that's what it's all about for me. Just use a camera, put the truth on the table.
Freedom.
Dangerous
freedom or peace slavery? What do the people want?
You know what? I mean, that's like... It's not so simple, like on the surface, if you ask me. I mean, it's more...
Well, it's not on the surface, it's not. Because so many convoluted fucking...
Because here's the thing. Like, well, when I first started recording, I thought, okay, I'll do this for everybody's rights. And you can't. You can only do it for, like, your own rights, if you want to call it a right.
It's individual fucking
Is it a right or is it a privilege? Like...
Well, as a citizen, it's a privilege, and as a state national, it's a right.
Well...
Clear, distinct difference.
Oh, God.
And so...
So this is the kind of shit that Artie would absolutely cringe.
I was gonna send it to Artie. I'm sending it to Artie. I'm sending it to fucking Juan Galt.
Like he will like
just because you make up something doesn't make it factually accurate.
Yeah.
Oh well, as a citizen, it applies. It's a privilege. But if you go into this subcategory of made up bullshit in Fantasyland, then it's a right because reasons. I'm sorry. Does the Supreme Court was pretty clear about the whole driver's license thing?
Yeah, very much so. And you know what I love?
Look.
They love to say, "Oh, this is the Supreme Court. This is the law of the land." And yet, when you bring up Supreme Court cases that completely call their stuff bullshit, suddenly I'm not subject to the laws of the government. It's like, then stop using it. If you're not an American citizen, you're not entitled to protection of the Constitution.
Oh my God, what is it? The shit that Josh always says. Oh, can you show me where it says a citizen goes under the written instrument known as traffic code or some bullshit. And it's just like, the fuck did you just smoke before you got into court?
Yeah, it's just
Because reasons for things and stuff. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's a great explanation there, Leland. It's so stupid. Yeah, they never read the cases of the misquote. By the way, that happens so much. They read passages from cases unaware that those were made as arguments to the party that lost. It's not even in the ruling.
No, I'll raise you one. I forgot if it was Thompson versus Smith or Hendrick versus Maryland. Josh has actually quoted me passages from that, telling me, yes, this says I can drive without a license. When it's like, it actually says the exact opposite. So maybe you should like read the whole thing and not just like, what's the old saying? Hang up the phone when you get the answer you want or whatever.
Yeah.
They stop reading when they get the answer they want. If one paragraph says, it basically along the lines of what this Supreme Court case says, it says, you know, they can require you to have a law or a driver's license under this, and this. But the paragraph right before it, it says, it basically gives other reasons why you don't need a license. And they're like, well, see, it says you don't need a license. And then like right after that says, unless XYZ applies. And it's like, well, X, Y, and Z always applies, but you're skipping that portion, only reading the part that says you don't need a driver's license. And it's like, don't quote back to me something saying it says something different than it does.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, yeah, Julie Weaver, yeah, he's on vacation. I'm going to be joining his stream tomorrow. So I actually did email him because I didn't see any of his morning shows. So I'm thinking like, hey, you still around? Oh, it's his birthday? Yeah, I got to send him an email.
Oh, no, I just saw it and it just went by. Firefighter
What?
936. Oh, you'll get a kick out of this. Jimmy Coyhag, a.k.a. JC News Now, hired CJ Grisham, who is a Second Amendment lawyer / activist and very good friend and supporter of Earl David Warden, to represent him in this case, and is now e-begging for fees.
Oh, geez. First of all, a 2A one, it's like, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I'm assuming like Jimmy Hag, that's, is that JC News Now?
JC News Now, yeah.
Yeah, okay, because I
So
keep confusing with the civil guy.
Jimmy Hag is JC News Now, and James Fish is Lucky Laptop News.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. I was thinking a second Amendment lawyer. It's like, how's that gonna work?
It's 4:27 in the morning.
Oh
Dear
God. Yeah. One
Good
day I hope
night.
to go on vacation to the UK. I just haven't had an opportunity to do that yet. I think it's just because I could barely survive a flight all the way to Miami from here, and I'm thinking, God, one twice that long, I'd lose my mind.
You start talking about flights?
Yeah, it's like I don't fly a lot. I haven't flown much in my life, so I'm not used to it. Like some people are. So being stuck on a long airplane flight for like 5 hours just drives me nuts. I had to fly to Florida once for work. That was a pain. Yeah.
I was in my head. I was terrified of flying because I'd never done it before, and it just seemed sketchy to me. And then I had to fly from Michigan, Detroit Metro Airport to Virginia Beach, get on a plane, and then fly from Virginia Beach to Bahrain.
Oh shit.
Which is like 16 plus hours. And then the next flight was I got cotted from Bahrain onto an aircraft carrier. So like in the span of 24 hours, I flew on a normal plane, flew on a slightly military-ish normal plane, and then crashed into the flight deck of an aircraft carrier. It was a good time.
Jeez.
Needless to say, I'm no longer scared of flying.
Yeah, see, I never got a chance to, and I remember asking you about it once in a conversation. Like, what did you have to do? Like, once you finished your training and it was time to get your first assignment, how did you get there? Did they just say, you know what, here's your plane ticket, like, you know, fly commercially to this, be at this location, or do you fly from military base to military base on their own planes? And those things, like the Globemasters are called, I think, or those big. Oh God, I knew
That's
I thought.
exciting. I don't know if you guys
the
can
name
see.
of the planes. What?
My power is slightly flickering. That's exciting.
Oh, uh-oh. I might lose you. But oh God, I'm trying to remember the name of the plane the standard transport plane.
So when I flew, it was from the Virginia Beach, or I guess it's the Norfolk Airport. It's like the base that's actually like on base. it was a normal plane. It was a shittier normal plane. Like it was showing its age.
Yeah.
And I got sat next to a stinky ass nuke named RAR. But yeah, it was a normal plane. And we flew and we stopped several times in random places where we weren't allowed to go. Like, hey, stand in this building or stay in the plane. Don't go anywhere. It's just like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that 16-hour flight. God, I mean it's not exactly a comfortable plane. I mean,
No,
especially
absolutely not.
C5s. Like people are mentioning all the different planes. I think it was like the C5 Globe. I think they're called Globe something. I can't remember, but yeah, like it's not like flying JetBlue where you got freaking internet and a TV on
Wi-Fi
the back
and
of someone's
free
seat.
movies and shit. Oh, fucking A.
Yeah, you don't get that stuff. So it's like, what do you do with yourself for 16 hours?
Yeah, I'm actually, now that it hit 2 hours, I'm going to stop the
C17.
live stream here
Oh, all right.
just because my light on my computer right here and my LED lights are flickering. So
Oh.
I'm going to just play it safe and probably get off before all shit, falls. But yeah, Tones, thanks for stopping by.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Like I said, I don't do a lot of lives because I when I'm unscripted, I could sometimes go off the handle a little bit. but I appreciate that you having me on and your patience.
You're always welcome. If everyone that we normally talk to on a daily basis has an open invitation. Anytime they want to come up on stream, they are more than welcome.
Thank you, sir. And shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys are always fun. And
screen. There we go.
I guess I guess to quote our illustrious host, bye.
Yeah. I'm not putting out any content tomorrow. I did 2 videos and a live stream today. So I'm done for tomorrow. I'm just going to go to sleep right now at 11:30. Call it a night. Everybody have a good day. If you're getting snow, rain, or whatever, be safe. Yeah, that's the video.